Hello everybody, it's Coffee Morning with Karlos, where I talk about a game based upon top secret criteria whilst drinking my morning coffee until my cup is dry. And today we're going to be playing Skyrim Special Edition, which was based on the original Skyrim game released in November 2011. It's part of the Elder Scrolls series and created by Bethesda Game Studios. After 30 million copies sold at this point, I refuse to believe that anyone who has the slightest interest in ever playing Skyrim hasn't either played it or at least formed an opinion on it based on memes. The fact that a 6-year-old game was one of the big selling points for the year's first major console release, that was the Nintendo Switch in case you missed it, kind of suggests that everyone and their mother has an opinion on Skyrim, which I've been playing again since I upgraded to the Special Edition during the recent Steam sale. With that in mind then, let's talk about the announcement of the new Doctor Who. If you're anything like me, then normal telly is now something that definitely happens to other people. I strongly resent the idea of being made to wait a week between episodes of a show I'm watching. This means you too Amazon Prime exclusives. So if I'm going to put myself through the almost literal hell of waiting 168 hours to find out what happens next in your story, it had better be worth it. Fortunately, in my house, we collectively heart the Doctor and managed to bridge the gap between shows by either watching old ones or just training together a few hours of Only Fools and Horses, which drops the odd racial humdinger every now and then and leaves us as parents having to put our explanation hats on. Still, it's a long time to wait, and I strongly dislike waiting. For those of you not tethered to the Whoniverse, because Who and oh my. You may not be aware that the show is currently between seasons, with the current Doctor, played by Peter Capaldi, on his way out, to be replaced by a new regeneration which will most likely take place at the end of the Christmas special. To drum up a bit of excitement and presumably keep DVD sales ticking over, the Beeb like to announce who the new Doctor is well in advance of the show going to air. When they first showed the post-Wimbledon, congrats Mr. Federer by the way, reveal promo, the nation was shocked to learn that the new Doctor is going to be played by a woman. One Jodie Whittaker to be precise. Some people were happy, some were sad. Some celebrated the opportunity for a female to take the lead in what had previously been a male-dominated role. Some bemoaned that SJW cooks had spoiled everything for everyone and that they'd never watch the show again. Let's be honest. The fandom world spins on opinion, and many people had a visceral reaction to what they saw on screen. That's okay. It really is. All opinions on this are perfectly valid because change of any sort obviously shakes the foundation of what you've built your enjoyment upon. You need to strap on your big girl pants for these changes though, and play the waiting game. Nah, the waiting game sucks. Let's play Hungry Hippos. Those people deeply invested in the Elder Scrolls series are actually few and far between. In reality, there are a lot of people who are Oblivion fans, some Morrowind fans, and then some really old geezers like me who remember when all this was just fields. When change sweeps across your favourite thing, it can be hard to quickly acclimatise to how things work now, but change isn't to be feared, and here's why. That thing you like doesn't get destroyed by something new coming along. Final Fantasy VII doesn't suddenly become unplayable because a new version came out with a different battle system. Your XCOM games don't get snapped in half because the new edition isn't as hard as the first one. Your Diablo game doesn't get flung in the trash because a different game made years later doesn't have the skill sets you wanted. Just wait and see what happens. Nothing is destroyed, no one died except George Romero, and you know he's coming back as a zombie anyway. Skyrim is different to Oblivion, and different to most other RPGs. It's a bit old now, it's worn around the edges, it's janky and busted, and sometimes things don't trigger when they should, and the combat is weird, and it's all a bit broken. But some of us just love it to death. And when Elder Scrolls 6 gets announced and the changes are wrong, all the rough bits will be forgotten and will shiver and shrink from the changes that must be made. But in the end, Doctor 13, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Elder Scrolls 6 will all come, and no legacies will be wiped away. New ideas don't kill the old favourites. It might bring us something beautiful we never expected. Thanks very much for watching today's video on Skyrim Special Edition. I hope very much you've enjoyed this video today, and if you have, please don't hesitate to leave a like somewhere where you found this video, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.